Oh, Sida that kills our generation. Oh, Sida. Oh, Sida that kills our generation. Oh, Sida. Some say it is 8. Let us join forces with Professor Anumangu and the Ministry of Public Health together with the World Health Organization for the fight against HIV and AIDS pandemic. Halombena bugna buna lentan kumazabo. Minister of Culture. Oh yeah. Jomo nang tanda mbak demo. Mbak matati kosi. Manta watama kosa. for. Go no ten pin back the thing.
listen carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese. England is governed by Englishmen. America is governed by Americans. So, Africa must be ruled by Africans. I wanna know who owns the land. We must rule from Cape to Cairo. We must rule our purpose land. I say, we wanna know who owns the land. I wanna know who owns the land. Aslan, hey, Papa Aslan, Papa Aslan, Papa Aslan. It must be free. Angola want to know who owns the land. Mozambique want to know who owns the land. Namibia want to know who owns the land. I say, someone want to know who owns the land. Zimbabwe want to know who owns the land. African freedom fighters want to know who owns the land. Papa Slam. Now listen to the history. We've been here since creation. We've been here since creation. What else do I know? Since the time of sun and sand. Since the time of moon and stars. Since the time of air and sea. Since the time of men and things. We must run from Cape to Cairo. And then we must rule our purpose land. Purpose land. Oh! Okay now I want to talk to my people. Ira Daniela, oh, I will know. Yeah, Ira Daniela, oh, I will know. Now we are the crossroads. On the Pemo, Dambila. Bill Sarova Danita. On the Pemo, Dambila. Opalimu Mayagera Baba. Opalimu Jasu Yaraka. Opalimu Tizanya Vetonge.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this broadcast today. It's a pleasure to once more come to you with critical information about our revolution, updates on our revolution. And I bring to you a very critical broadcast today. And I want to believe you will go ahead as usual, hit your share button, and let us come to you with this broadcast proper. I want to believe you all had a wonderful weekend, and I want also to believe you are thankful to God for this gracious week, the second week, or is it the third, in this new year, 2020. Good evening, Ground Zero, and good evening to all of you in Asia, in Europe, in the USA, plus Canada and South America. It's a pleasure to always be here to bring you revolutionary information about our revolution, about our struggle. This is what I am going to do today. I will bring some few announcements, some few updates, and then after the updates, I will bring you this announcement or a lockdown announcement. I will bring the announcement presentation, and after the announcement presentation, I shall open the phone lines for any questions that may arise, or you may have in your mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who have joined, please go ahead and hit your share button so that I can come to you as quickly as possible. Let's do this within the next 3 minutes. Let's populate this social media platform. I'm talking about Facebook. Let's populate it to at least 700 people in the next 3 minutes. 700 in the next 3 minutes. We're almost 500 people already. So please let us make it 700 in the next 3 minutes. Let's do so in the next 2 minutes. While you are doing that, I also like to seize upon this opportunity once more to remind every one of you out there who hasn't registered or yet to enroll in paying your CID, compulsory independence dues. Please, I just want to take a minute to remind all of us that funding this revolution is our exclusive responsibility. No one is exempted. If people on ground zero can be calling almost on a daily basis, asking for how they can support, none of us with a job in the diaspora can be exempted. We see people calling from Africa, different countries in Africa, calling from Angola, calling from Equatorial Guinea, calling from Gabon, calling from Congo DRC, calling to ask how possibly they can enroll in the CID program and support it. So please, for those of us in the diaspora, it is incumbent upon us, all of us, to please consider registering. Get to the website, which is www.cid.ambercitizens.com. That is the website you go. If you are in Europe, if you are in the USA, that is where you go to subscribe, register to pay your Amber compulsory independence dues. Again, the website is www.cid.ambercitizens.com. And of course, for ABC Amber Club, it will take you less than 5 minutes. If you are a smarty on computer, it will take you, ladies and gentlemen, less than 5 minutes to subscribe, to be a member or become a member of ABC Amber Club. And the website is abcambertv.org. The website abcambertv.org or .com. Any of them will take you there. And once on the website, you will click on the link that takes you to the subscription page, and you can subscribe just for $5 or just for just for $5. You can subscribe just for $5, ladies and gentlemen, on ABC Amber Club. So please, that is what we are appealing to every one of us, every Amberzonian, to do. Log on to the website. And subscribe. Support ABC. We're not asking for too much, ladies and gentlemen. Just your $5 every month, or your $10, or your $20. Some people requested that we increase the amount, we hike the amount to at least $100, so that those who want to afford $100 a month can go ahead to do so. We did that. So if you think $5 or $20 or $25 or $50 is too small for you, you can afford more than that, then you can afford you can pay $100. But please, you need to go to the website abcambertv.com or .org to sign up. Please, don't keep on procrastinating. You procrastinate, you will never do it. It is important why I am still coming to you with a broadcast in a few minutes. You may want to rush to the website right now to do so. All right, after this broadcast, you can log on to abcambertv.org after the broadcast to sign up. So that is very, very important. And again, let me also remind all of us about the need to reach out to the office of Congresswoman Karen Bass. We all need to reach out to her office. Ladies and gentlemen, and to get her to come to our help, to listen to us. The office of Congresswoman Karen Bass, we have learned, is drafting a bill that will suggest a federal Cameroon to the international community and of course to the government of Cameroon. They cannot unilaterally draft that bill without listening to the stakeholders of this revolution and particularly to the leaders of this interim government. The last time they crafted House Resolution 558, it was based on that Resolution 558 that French Cameroon organized the flopped so-called Grand National Dialogue. We were never consulted before that resolution went to the Senate. Of course, the Senate did not pass it, but information was already out there, and La République tried to play the fast one with it by summoning its Grand National Dialogue, which of course failed. So this time again, the Congressional Lady's Office is working on another bill that recommends a federal Cameroon. Our people have not died fighting for a federation. Our people have not died for any form of government that falls short of a free and independent Southern Cameroon. And so, ladies and gentlemen, every one of us in the diaspora, but most particularly, Amazonians in the state of California, please, that is the Congress Ladies District. That is your district. You need to reach out to the Congress lady to say we need her attention. She needs to listen to us. She needs to listen to you. If we do that, we will have her ears, and we would have been able to tell her our story and what our people are going through. So please, let us do that. Let us do that throughout the week until there is evidence that she has heard us per her response. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this other update here. We have learned here at the interim government of plots by the French Cameroon government, led by Paul Atanga and other elites of the northern zone, trying to bribe the local population in the northern zones. They want to penetrate communities like Akum, Santa, Bafut, Bambili, Bambui, Batibo, Nkambe, all those local communities. La République du Cameroon's elites are planning to penetrate these communities and put money, bribe the residents in these communities to show up in anti-revolutionary rallies that would seek to send a message to the international community that the people of the northern zone are against Ambazonian revolution, that the people are against Ambazonian restoration forces, that the people are against the quest for the southern Cameroon's Ambazonian independence. This is very, very important. But this message, this warning, goes not to the elites of the northern zone, as we have learned. This message goes particularly to every Ambazonian in the northern zone. At the end of the day, the elites, if they succeed in doing this, would run out of those communities and leave you hanging on the balance. Please, we are encouraging you, we are warning, do not buy into any persuasion from these elites, the likes of Atanganji and what is that guy in Donga Mantung Kambe? Forgetting his name, and the Santa guy. Do not buy into their persuasions because of a little 100,000 or 50,000 to go out to risk your life. We will not. The restoration forces, they're listening to me, and they are listening to the county and LGA leaders. They will not tolerate anybody, as happened in Balekombat, stepping out of the streets in the name of any demonstration. La République du Cameroon and their elites no longer control our territory. They no longer have any rights, any powers over our territory. And so, anyone listening to them, taking orders from them, and going out to participate in any protest rally does so at his or her own risk. Do not forget, you go out and you protest, you participate in the protest, thinking that you are not seen. Nobody sees you. Nobody cuts up with you. Know that after the rally, they will still be alive. After the protest, if you go out, step into it, there will still be life. Unless you join the elite in moving out of the community. Please be smart and do not fall and do not fall into any manipulations by elites, cronies of Paul Biya of French Cameroon. We will not want to see any such protest, not in the northern zone, neither in the southern zone. And we can assure you, any elite or politician, French Cameroon politician, enabler from our tribe, who sponsors or organizes any anti-revolutionary rally, will forever remain a citizen, remain banished in French Cameroon territory. Of course, they already know that. That announcement is very, very important. I want to formally, on behalf of the interim government, thank our brave forces in Bui, led by the one and only General Chacha, for the incredible bravery that he and his troops are demonstrating in that neck of the wood. They are proving to the colonial army that they can match their military might with little, very, very little resources. We appreciate you, and we appreciate those of you in Momotu, Batibo, and Mbengwe, Ngi, Njikwa, for the resistance you are putting out there against the colonial army. Of course, those in Bafut, the 7 katas in Bafut, you guys are doing also a marvelous job. Just coming to you live, a few minutes before coming to you live, I received a phone call from Lebialam of a battle that took place there around about an hour ago. Two French Cameroon terrorist trucks. I mean, actually, let me put it this way: eight French Cameroon military trucks and an armored car. That means 9 of them moved down to Minji at around 4 a.m. this early morning. 4 a.m. this morning, they moved down to Minji. Then 10 of them were returning to Chang. Also this afternoon, about an hour ago, and 2 were ambushed and totally destroyed by the Red Dragons. And that followed another battle yesterday where the Red Dragons destroyed another three of French Cameroon armored vehicles, leaving many casualties and many injured. The Republic of Cameroon probably are living in the illusion that they have a trained army. We may not have a trained army, but we have courageous men and women ready to defend their independence, to defend their land, and to defend their people. And that is exactly what our forces all over Ambazonia, they are doing. Of course, we heard about Santa too, I think, this morning. I want to say on behalf of the interim government, God bless you all. And may God continue to give you more strength, more wisdom, more bravery, more courage, until we have permanently erected our flag in Boya. Ladies and gentlemen, before I bring you the presentation proper, I'd like to take a moment to make a statement about the broadcast, the last broadcast that I presented to you here last time, with a breaking story about a battle that took place in Bui, precisely in Kumbo. Again, I'd like to apologize to all of you, the fans and audience of this television set ABC. We never come out anytime, calculating to come out to deceive you with false news, fake news. It is not in our character. I sincerely believe, coming live that afternoon, that I had authentic news, an authentic story, and an authentic footage to bring to you. I received that footage that same afternoon, and I made due diligence trying to verify that it was authentic news. And the person who sent it to me, I called her and I questioned her, where did this happen? She said it happened in Kumbo. And I said, when? What time? She said that very day at about 11 a.m. And I said, who took the footage? She said, her own brother who embedded himself in the bush, one of the warriors of Bui, who embedded himself in the bush and recorded the action. Unfortunately, I don't know French. I don't understand French. I listened to that footage and I listened to those guys speaking French. And I assumed these must be French Cameroon soldiers. I didn't know that thing had taken place a long time ago, and probably they were Congolese. And so I didn't realize that. But I also called the general of Bui warriors, Chacha, and I asked him whether they had a confrontation with French Cameroon troops that day at 11 o'clock. Yes, he confirmed it. He confirmed it that indeed 7 Cameroon soldiers fell that afternoon at 11 o'clock in that battle. So he confirmed that indeed the incident took place, the battle took place, and there were casualties on the side of the Cameroon army. I didn't bother to ask about the video to Chacha. But once he confirmed that the battle took place, which was true, ladies and gentlemen, the battle actually took place. What was fake was the video footage that was sent to me, which I thought it was authentic. Unfortunately, it wasn't authentic. And I've come to realize that it was a deliberate ploy by the lady who forwarded it to me to set me up. So that we are seen as presenting fake footages. Again, my apologies to all of you. We will never set out any time, any day through this media to deceive you. We are a serious news channel, and when we bring you false stories or fake stories, that will happen accidentally, not deliberately. And so please, again, once more, accept my apologies here from ABC. But let me also add this. For those of you out there, the detractors, the enablers, who went and took the footage that I presented and manipulated it, cutting off the apology that I immediately presented after realizing it was a fake footage. You manipulated the footage and put out there exactly, you manipulated the footage, took off the apologies and put on and circulated just the part that was broadcast showing the video. I want to say to you, if that is all what you know, if that is all what you can do, then let me tell you, you have the wrong enemy. You are fighting the wrong battle. And if you think that by presenting those manipulated footages, putting my image on it, and leaving aside the apology, if you think by doing so, I will be brought down, or this interim government will be discredited, again, you make a big mistake, a very, very big mistake. Let me assure you, as long as those of you out there who have proven yourself to be enemies, manipulators, enablers, detractors of this revolution remain out there, you shall forever remain the reason why we're not going anywhere. We're just not going anywhere as long as you guys stay out there and keep on manipulating and trying to set people up and ambush people. We will not move. We will not shake from here. As far as Ambazonians say, hey, Chris, you are doing a great job. You stay there. Not shaking from here. So, you are fighting against a stone. You are fighting against a stone. That stone will not, again, that stone will not move. So I ask you, if you are fighting the same war, the same regime that this interim government, all of us here at the interim government are fighting, I want to ask you, please join us. Let's fight. Let's fight. The one and only fight we have out there against La République du Cameroon and against Paul Biya. This war is not against the interim government. It's not against Chris Anu. It's not against Sako. It is against Paul Biya. And so, if you are truly out for this war, for this revolution, join us. Don't fight against us. Join us. Fight with us. Let's fight against La République du Cameroon. All your manipulations will fail. They won't work. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will now bring to you this lockdown announcement. I will now bring to you this lockdown announcement. And we want you to take this very, very seriously, ladies and gentlemen. It is one of those few announcements we put a lot of emphasis on through the year. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians. Our 4-year-old struggle for self-determination faces the most daunting challenge ever today. It is at that moment where we either mar it or we make it. The good thing, however, is that the choice is entirely ours to make. In October 2017, owing to decades of political intransigence by their leaders, intransigence which resulted to irreconcilable differences between us, we collectively cut off relationship with French Cameroon and asserted our sovereignty as per United Nations Article 1608 of April 21, 1961. Months and years have rolled by since then, and La République du Cameroon refuses to settle down on the fact that we are gone. The Southern Cameroon is gone. We no longer form part of their repressive country. Their leaders continue to employ force, exceedingly merciless genocidal force, to want to keep our territory, including us, to stay with them. This dying moment, ladies and gentlemen, calls for this interim government to once more remind you of our resolve that October in 2017, we the people of Amazonia, we resolved then irrevocably to take back our country and our liberties from La République du Cameroon. We have demonstrated this clearly and unequivocally on several occasions, including September 22nd, 2017, October 1st, 2017, 11 February 2018 and 20 May 2018 and 1st October 2018 and 2019. We have rejected all French Cameroon's national days and their fraudulent youth days. We are proving beyond every reasonable doubt, both domestically and internationally, that we have turned our backs on that criminal colonial country. But still living in the delusion of their military superiority, they believe that they can force us to submission, to enforce their assimilation, their colonization and annexation of our country. Mr. Paul Biya declared war on our people on November 30th, 2017. He was in the delusion that he would crush us like flies within a week. We have proudly and heroically resisted the tyrant and his terrorist soldiers since then. But now, another test, a bigger one in that matter, to test our resolve is coming up. What are we going to do? Actually, I think the question should be, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We must again pass this test and every other test that challenges our resolve until we have permanently erected our flag in Boya. This next test we face, and one which we must pass, is their election coming up on February the 9th. Despite Ambazonia's rejection of all past La République du Cameroon organized elections, Paul Biya still believes that he can force the people of the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia to participate in that charade. He has dropped thousands of soldiers and gendarmes in our territory to intensify their murder and assassinations of our people, to intimidate some or compel them to go out on February 9 to vote. Fellow Ambazonians, the time has come for every single Ambazonian of voting age to volunteer to become a soldier of the revolution. Some of our people have already given up their lives fighting for our freedoms. Others are living in the bushes. Some are in jails and others in exile, with no way to return home. Some are lying in bed, disabled and incapacitated forever, with injuries inflicted upon them by the genocidal soldiers of the enemy, French Cameroon. There is therefore no greater appreciation we can trade for all these sacrifices than to give Paul Biya and his regime a thorough slap in their face by a complete refusal to participate in their elections. Let all Ambazonians like one man reject these elections just as we did with their presidential elections. The appeal is for everyone in all of the southern Cameroons and Ambazonia to stay home on that day. The interim government acts that we all, like black South Africans in the hard days of apartheid, when they burned their passes, burned every electoral or voting card printed for this election. Our actions thus demonstrated will tell them once and for all, loud and clear, that we are Ambazonians, we are not Cameroonians, and that we have nothing to do with elections organized by a foreign country, their country, La République du Cameroon. We are asking, the interim government is asking you to pick up your own gun and fight. We are not asking you to also put your lives on the line like our fighters are doing. We are not asking you to pay any money. We are not asking you to do anything which you cannot do. We are simply asking you to exercise your freedom, not to vote. This exercise, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, lies completely only within your powers to do. No one else can do it for you. Only you will decide. This isn't a thing for which we should be invoking our restoration forces. No, they should not coerce you at all before your rejection of French Cameroon elections. That is, if we all know that refusing to vote is an expression of our irrevocable determination to be free. I challenge every Ambazonian. Let us make our boycott of this sham election a referendum on whether we want to own our country and rule ourselves or continue to be slaves to La République du Cameroun. Paul Biya is intensifying his accumulation of troops in our territory under the delusion that it is the restoration forces that will be preventing Ambazonians from going out to vote. Let's prove him wrong. Let's prove him very, very wrong by staying home. Let us prove him wrong by personally refusing to vote. Let us tell Paul Biya that he is an intruder, an armed robber, trying to reap where he did not sow. They can force you to carry your tax papers on you. They can also force you to carry your passes or IDs with you all the time. In fact, they used to force at times to carry your voters' IDs. They can force you to speak their language. They can force you to sit under their teachers and their judges. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me, fellow Ambazonians. When it comes to elections, this election in particular, there is nothing they should do to force you to vote. Let the collective will of the Ambazonian people put the political leaders of La République du Cameroun to shame. It is only then they would have come to terms, ladies and gentlemen, that nothing like a one and indivisible Cameroon is feasible anymore. It will tell them once and for all that after the elections are over and results announced, that never again shall they proclaim or even hallucinate about a one and indivisible Cameroon. That includes the land of the southern Cameroons, Ambazonia. Fellow Ambazonians, let me remind you that throughout human history, there have always been traitors, enablers, and sellouts. We all know the story of Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Jesus for a few pieces of silver. In our specific case, we know the Namberes, we know the Eli Smiths, and the Success and Congos. But as the Bible says, when they have finished selling, they also will be sold. They are not alone. Some of our people, I'm talking about the chiefs, aspiring senators, parliamentarians, mayors, and councillors, have already put their names on the electoral list of French Cameroon. These ones are poised to sell us again, to compromise our independence quest for small change. But this interim government has a message for them. The people of Ambazonia will have no accommodation, sirs, for your treachery. These are the ones that invite the full wrath of the restoration forces. The restoration forces shall take full measures against these traitors and enablers. No people will accept traitors, no matter their motives. Traitors are not worth anything. They are as empty as a piece of paper their names are written on. They mean nothing to our people. They sell our people to the enemy for eternal enslavement. No such persons represents the people of Ambazonia and are not going in for these elections to represent Ambazonia. If they must run for the elections, they must pack to La République du Cameroon and contest elections there, but not in Ambazonia. Any person caught standing in as a parliamentarian or senator shall be made to pay a fine of 50 million francs before banishment in foreign land if they still deserve life. Same goes to aspiring mayors and councillors. Mayors will pay 5 million francs and councillors to pay 2 million francs if caught trying to promote or participate in this sham of election. Francophones living in Ambazonia who must vote are free to do so, but they must leave and do so only in their territory and not in Ambazonia. The rules for fines and banishment applies both before and after the election period. So do not think that you will elude us and come back to function as a councillor or mayor or parliamentarian in any of our towns after the election. That will not happen. Current mayors and councillors will continue to sit in and function for an indefinite transitional period. They shall not be making way for the so-called elected officials, because the elected officials shall be non-existent in all of Ambazonia. Going forward, therefore, we no longer have parliamentarians and senators. Anyone going to Yaoundé in these capacities go there to represent himself and his family, not Ambazonia. The restoration forces are ordered to keep a close watch on them. those politicians who choose the dictates of Yaoundé over the dictates of the stakeholders of this interim government and the revolution will be banned from setting foot on Ambazonia, and all their assets shall fall under eminent domain. All those who facilitate La République du Cameroon elections in Ambazonia are enemies, declared enemies of the struggle, and will be treated as such. Restoration forces will stop them by all means possible, confiscate all electoral material, and shut down all electoral posts. We are to fight this fraud of an election as if it is our last battle, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone who can and is able to do something must act, knowing that you are the sole custodians of the Ambazonian territory. We must forcefully assert our full control over our territory, irrespective of the means. That includes all preemptive actions against La République du Cameroun elections. Community leaders, churches, pastors, priests, influential community figures in each community must step in to educate their people about the dangers of participating in this election. Educate every Ambazonian on why he or she should not vote. The people should be told exactly what the intention of La République du Cameroun is in this election. They must be told, our people must be told that La République du Cameroun plans to carry the images from the election exercise to the United Nations, to the EU, the US government, the Commonwealth and others, to persuade them not to intervene in this conflict. We must educate the people to know that all that La République du Cameroun wants to achieve in this election is a narrative that says things are getting back to normal, that they are beginning to have a handle on the crisis, and that the outside world needs no intervention. We must tell our people that La République du Cameroun wants to send a message to the rest of the world that this conflict is an internal matter, and as such, they are able to resolve it by themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the narrative we must deny La République du Cameroun using it through this election. This is exactly the reason why banning this election in our territory is utmost necessity. And that is why we have baptized it the last hope for La République du Cameroun. Take note, after this election, French Cameroon shall not have any major event to want to carry out in our territory other than a genocidal war. What this means is that going forward after the period of the election, there shall be nothing they can hang on to continue to tell the world that the Southern Cameroons is still part of their country, or that they still have control over the Southern Cameroons. No, not at all. That will no longer happen. Not when we have successfully banned and boycotted their elections. Not when we have rejected and banished all their senators and parliamentarians. Not when we have rejected, ladies and gentlemen, their mayors and councillors. Not when we are making our own rules and controlling our local governments and our counties. And of course, not when we have our own army that defends our territory and defends our people. Fellow Ambazonians, the interim government counts on your sense of patriotism in this matter to our young country. Let it be a thing of pride, a great quest for freedom, and your unwavering determination to see a zero participation in Paul Biya's organized elections in our country. You would by so doing be sending a strong message to the international community that our resolve for a free and independent Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia is unstoppable. It sends a message that we want that freedom now and not tomorrow. We have come a long way, ladies and gentlemen, and there should never arise any thought of compromising ourselves at this moment. We will allow Paul Biya as usual to manufacture his own results, but not with any one Ambazonian as an accomplice. In view of this crucial event and the challenge it poses to our struggle, to our destiny, the interim government with its stakeholders met on several different occasions and heatedly debated the calendar of this lockdown. Many things were taken into consideration before settling on this final date, which I'm about to announce to you. The most important of all was a negative impact a long lockdown may have on our people on ground zero, who are the number one victims of this senseless war and who are already under severe pain and sufferings. We talked about the business community too, how they too will be affected. We consulted with our restoration forces on ground zero through the county and local government administrators or leadership. And we decided that lockdown should last only for 6 days this time. Our mission is unambiguous and our targets are clear. The 9th of February and the 11th of February, nothing more, nothing less. According to this lockdown shall run or begin on Thursday, February the 6th, and ends on Tuesday, February the 11th, a total of 6 days. That means life and normal activities shall resume on Wednesday, the 12th of February. We do not see any reason to burden anyone more than a day after Tuesday, the 11th, considering that our main targets are the 9th and the 11th. Anything beyond the 11th is reckless or will be reckless and unnecessary. During this lockdown period, our expectations are high, very, very high. It shall be a total merciless dead Ambazonia. The streets shall be completely deserted, especially of any locomotives. There shall be no interurban transportation, no Okada, and of course, no taxis throughout the 6 days. Our international borders linking La République du Cameroon shall be sealed up for the total duration. Nothing shall enter and nothing shall go out. All mosques shall be shut down on Friday the 7th, and all churches too shall be closed on Sunday the 9th. Defaulters caught should not say they were not warned. Hospitals, health centers, and ambulance services shall remain operational during the period. Health workers who must go to work should be ready to present valid professional ID cards when demanded. Pharmacies shall also be allowed. Pharmacies shall be allowed, ladies and gentlemen, to operate during this time. During the lockdown period, humanitarian service or services shall be available. However, only through NGOs that are affiliated to the United Nations Humanitarian Agency in Boya and Bamenda. Apart from this, any other agency or NGO, group or individuals seen engaged in humanitarian work of any kind shall be apprehended and locked up. Fellow Amazonians, we shall be bringing you more updates as the days go by. Together, let us frustrate La République du Cameroon last hope in trying to take back our land and our destiny. Let's deny them any reason for a smidgen of hope for a one and indivisible Cameroon. Let's send a strong message. We are waiting for them on the renegotiation table, wherever that may take place or may be. Above all, let's continue to pray harder. Things are rough through prayers. Long live the Federal Republic and short live the war. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is the presentation that we plan for you today. Please, I'm asking you, let's take this message very, very seriously. We have baptized this the last hope, not for us, for La République du Cameroon. Because they are in the habit of calling us one and indivisible. They are in the delusion of thinking we are still one Cameroon. This is the last event in their history, the last opportunity in their history that we've got to tell them one and indivisible Cameroon was long gone on October 1st, 2017. Let's do it. We can do it. And that is the only reason that the international community will prevail on La République on getting to the negotiation table. I will now open the phone lines. If you have a question, please come in with your question. If you have a question, you are free to come in now with your question. But ladies and gentlemen, before I take you to the questions, please permit me take a 1 minute commercial break before resuming and taking your question. Please stay tuned.
Start a new career as a Linux system administrator with an average salary of $80,000 to $120,000 a year. Dynamic Tech Academy has transformed many lives for the better through our 6-month Linux program. We are so excited to announce that we are adding DevOps course and Red Hat certification at no charge, which will make students more competitive. Over 80% of our students have no prior IT background, yet vast majority of alumni land jobs in 3 to 6 months after they start applying. Our ultimate goal is to reach 100% student employment, so we work with every student until he or she gets a job. Upon successful completion of the course, we will provide resume building, interview preparation, and job placement assistance. With the Linux course, you get more than 300 hours of in-depth training, and you get to learn from experienced instructors. By the end of the program, our students can be Red Hat certified if they choose. Our alumni work in companies, both government and private companies in the USA, Canada, and even Europe. Want to learn more about the program? You can contact us at info@dynamicdmv.com, or you can call us at 240-604-9505, or you can call us at 240-423-7865. And you can also visit us at www.dynamictechdmv.com. If you are interested in online classes, please register on our website. That's once again www.dynamictech.dmv.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. At this moment, again, I will open the phone lines. I will open the phone lines for you to call with any questions, that you may have. The phone lines are open. I will focus my attention, ladies and gentlemen, mostly on phone calls originating from ground zero. And for that, let me take this first one. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, Sec.Chris.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you're calling from, please?
Yes, I'm calling from Meme County.
Thank you. How was lockdown today in Kumba?
Very, very effective.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm happy to hear that. What is the message you have? You have a question or a message?
A message.
All right, go on.
I want to say that, some days ago in Kumba, we noticed that the Republic government were jamming the signals of SCB or ABC, sorry.
Okay. What were they doing precisely?
Yes. No, they went and put some equipment that were jamming the signals of ABC with the hope that we will not get the date of the lockdown.
In fact, we have heard of that same story from the northern zone. In fact, somebody sent a photograph from the northern zone of their antennas from the northern zone, sending out the same message that there were attempts to jam ABC signals in the northern zone. So you encounter the same thing in the southern zone?
Yes, that's what they did.
But you were able to watch this today, am I right?
Yeah, that's what I want to explain. That as God will have it, like we are saying that this struggle is ordained by God. Now, the lights went off today, and when it came back, those are things, they could not be activated. So we are having our signals 50/50.
Wonderful. Glad to know that.
Yes. And we really want to appreciate you for the lockdown date. That we know what the Eric Tatos and the Makbaratas are waiting to do. But God has put them to a very big disgrace. Because they wanted that you should put more days so that they can come on Facebook and be condemning. But God has used you to do a marvelous job. I just want to say, shame on Eric Tato, shame on Nakbarata, and shame on the Kondengi IG that is trying to bring confusion to this thing. Chris,
all right.
I promise you, we will not go out to vote.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. I hope they are listening to you. That is not coming from me. All right. You have a great day, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Okay, this is ground one. I should be able to take from ground one. All right. Hello, sir.
Hello, Chris. Sir.
Good evening, sir. Can you turn down the volume of your set and focus on your phone, please?
Okay, I'm going to turn it down.
All right. It doesn't appear like you. It doesn't appear like you have a good connection. But go ahead.
Alright, Chris, my information goes like this. There's a serious issue in the border between Cameroon and Nigeria in Dongaman, under Dongaman division. So
Okay, what is going on there?
I don't just know how I'm going to do it, but I need the help of the Israeli government to look into it, because there's a serious issue that accusing a village under Dongaman, the people of Nigeria are accusing them that they have
Is your local government? If I may ask, have you contacted your county leadership?
The guy
Have you contacted your county
Yeah,
leadership?
I called them, but I found opportunity to also take it to you so that you can go to the group.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I will do that. I will have to cut you short.
Okay, I will do that.
I will cut you short because because of the network is not very good. Thank you for calling. All right. Ground Zero calling. I love this. Hello, sir.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from the Republic of Cameroon,
Oh, are you safe?
the city of Douala.
Okay. What is your question or your comment?
I'm safe, sir. I'm hiding somewhere.
Okay. All right. What is your question
Okay,
or
sir.
your...
I just want to thank you and the interim government for your wonderful work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and to remind Ambassadorians that our independence will no longer be decided by speeches and resolutions, but by blood and iron. The only thing that the Republic of Cameroon understand best is violence. So that's what we have to give to them.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the call. All right. Ground Zero is listening and they're watching. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello. Can you turn down the volume of your set and focus on your phone? Your phone only, please.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
I'm calling from Meme County.
You're calling from where?
Yes, good evening.
You're calling from where?
From Meme County.
From Meme
Meme
County.
County.
Okay. Thanks for calling, man. I hope you are a man.
Yes, sir.
All right. What is the question or the contribution?
I'm so impressed with respect to, yes, I'm so impressed with respect to the...
Oh, sorry. It's a poor network. It's a bad network there, ladies and gentlemen. Another Ground Zero. Hello. You know, I lost that. All right. Hello. Can you turn down the volume of your set, please, and focus on the phone?
Hello?
Yes, please. Go ahead. Where you calling from, please?
Well, yeah, Mr. Chris, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Hello?
I can hear you. Go on.
Sorry, I'm calling from Belgium, sir.
From Belgium.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go on.
Yes. Yeah, Mr. Chris, honestly, we are no longer happy with the way the IG is functioning, please. You people should consider the people on the ground. You cannot be confused with dates. We are giving, this group is giving this date, this one is giving this date. Honestly, it's no longer, you people are no longer playing the game well, sir.
All right. Thank you for your opinion. Thank you for your opinion. If I may explain to you, sir, that when you say groups, there are no other groups on Ground Zero other than the restoration forces that are out there to enforce this position. Only restoration forces are on Ground Zero, and enforcement of this decision lies exclusively in their hands. No other group, any other person, any other group putting another date on Ground Zero. Ground Zero will tell you, we determine, we expose who has control of Ground Zero, whether the restoration forces or any other group. We don't want to have groups on Ground Zero or see groups on Ground Zero, ladies and gentlemen, only when there is a call for a lockdown. When true battles, true fighting is going on. You don't see them. You don't see them. But when it comes to announcing, rushing to announce certain dates, you hear them. Where are they when battles are taking place, when battles are being fought? So, ladies and gentlemen, when you call, know that there is no way you can sway Ground zero because they know who they take orders from. Thank you for that call. All right. Let me see who next is on the line. All right, Ground Zero calling. Hello.
Hello, hello, Sec.Chris. Good evening or good morning where you are from.
Good evening, sir.
So much. Yes, I'm so impressed with the lockdown date that you've put it aside. Almost seem like the other groups put it in, and I would love to say that there is a need for collaboration in terms of decision making, because those on the ground here are really going through hell and they're going through a lot of problems. We should not pretend as if we don't know that people are going through a lot.
And that is hold on, sir. And that is exactly what I stated. The decisions are not taken just here. In the USA by the cabinet or by the interim government. These decisions are debated not once, not twice, not by 2 people, not even sometimes by 50 people. We are talking about county leadership, AGA leadership, Ground Zero restoration fighters. They are all consulted and these things are debated, sir. Again, we are not going to be in the habit of listening to groups that only emerge to put out dates when lockdowns come on. Anyone that wants to prove himself or herself a group should show up when battles are being fought on Ground Zero, not when they hear the interim government is about to announce a lockdown. I hope that makes sense, sir.
Okay, sir. I thank you for your clarification, but I would do advise that we do that in times of maybe trying to work, not to lose life, not to anger other groups, not to create tension between groups on the ground. Some of them are not active like you think, but they might be active when it comes to maybe.
If I may, sir, I get your point. Such things. So I get your point. If I may ask you, whether you have asked those other groups you are referring to, whether they consulted. I don't want to call names. They are not. Eric Tato is not a group. Those are irrelevant people you are naming. I'm talking about people who refer to themselves as groups. If they consulted with the interim government before putting out those dates, we have consulted with Ground Zero, we consulted with the AGAs and the counties, and the dates are debated. Nobody wakes up. In fact, left to the president and myself, this lockdown would have started on the 3rd, sir. But the majority said it should start on the 6th, and they voted for that. That is a government. That is a people's government. Thank you for the call. I have to take other calls. All right. Ground Zero is watching. Hello, sir.
Hello, Sec.Chris.
Yes, sir. You are live on ABC. May I know what county you're calling from, please?
Yeah, I'm calling from Gokotunja County.
That is a great county. What is your question or your contribution, please?
Yeah, it's a question and at the same time a contribution, Sec.Chris.
All right.
See, I think, we should be, I think the question is we are targeting La Republique, not only La Republique elections, but also La Republique campaigns.
Correct.
So I think, if we had instituted this lockdown earlier than this thing, it would have been better, such that it should even hinder them from campaigning. So
yes.
I think that So I think we should be very strict to make sure that they don't even campaign for those blacklegs who really want to show us that they are as strong as they are.
Yes. What you will realize, what you will realize, sir, is that these dates that we have announced, take care of their campaigns too, because remember, elections are not about campaigning. Elections are about re-voting. When the 9th of February comes, and the international community knows that Ambazonia did not go out to vote, Ambazonia was shut down, that would have deprived La République du Cameroon of any narrative they may want to put out there. So, they may sneakily go out to carry out some few campaigns indoors here and there. But the most important thing is what happens on the 9th. So I hope that makes sense. Thanks for the call. All right. I like Ground Zero. They're getting it. Hello, sir. Hello. 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 Well, I guess that's a bad connection there. All right. Ground Zero again. Hello. 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 Well, ladies and gentlemen, bad connection. I have 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. Ground Zero keeps on calling. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, please. Can you raise your voice a little bit? Your voice is quite. The volume is quite low. Hello.
Yeah, I'm calling from Ground Zero. I'm calling from Bamenda.
How was lockdown? How was Ghost Town in Bamenda today, sir?
Lockdown in Bamenda was very effectively. No cars, nothing moving on the street.
And what are they saying about the announced lockdown?
No, I enjoyed the program. I enjoyed the date you people have kept for the lockdown.
Good.
The date was that day is so encouraging. At least from the 6th to, at least you've made people to know that we are very serious with the struggle.
That's wonderful. So what is your question or your contribution?
My contribution is just that I like the struggle. I've been in the struggle also for a long time.
Okay.
And I like what is really going on. You people are pushing with the new interim government. I enjoy the new interim government. I enjoy the president and you, Mr. Chris. I enjoy you people so much.
Thank you.
I'm just praying that God should protect you people and we should have our freedom as early as we want. Even though we are children and not yet going to school, but we know with time they will enjoy a good education.
Absolutely.
From you people.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for the call. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have 3 minutes to go. Ground Zero calling. Hello. 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 Hello, sir.
Hello, Sec.Chris. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you're calling from Ground Zero, please?
Hello, Sec.Chris. Good evening.
Good evening. I can hear you. Where are you calling from?
We cannot get too clear.
I can hear you very clearly. 5 on 5. Where are you calling from?
Sir, we are calling from the northern zone.
Okay. What is your contribution?
We are calling from the northern zone, sir.
Yes. What do you want to contribute today? That's a bad connection, ladies and gentlemen. I take the last caller, Ground Zero. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Can you turn down the volume of your set, please? Turn down the volume of your TV and focus on the phone.
Yes, I've just did that.
All right. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Meme.
Okay. What is your contribution, sir?
Yeah, my contribution that the day that you got that you have that the interim government have given on the 6th, I think that day is wonderful day and it's a nice day for us here because from the 6th to 9, people will not from the 6th to 12 people will no longer say it is too long, but at least just it is matter for 1 week something. Most of them have
It's not.
prepared their
It's
food
yes.
and their stuff. So
It's just. It's not up to. It's not up to 1 week. It's 6 days.
Yes. And the 6 days also is also good for our force so that they will do something. Because if we give 2 weeks lockdown, our force will be struggling to battle them. But these 6 days, this 6 to 12 is 6 days. Everybody will be in the house because most of the fighters are going around and saying that a person that they will find out, he or she out, let the person just know that the solution is common. And I think that is the best advice that restoration force are giving it out. But with Meme today, I think the ghost town was effective.
All right. Thank you for the call. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Those are all the calls. I can take today. I want to believe you all got the message, and we want to appreciate Ground Zero. The ball is in your court. Every one of us, we have to play our part, and that means shutting down completely this election. In the course of this period between today and lockdown, I shall be coming to you with some updates and security updates, security and safety updates on Ground Zero. But before I go, ladies and gentlemen, again, please consider going on abcambertv.org, abcambertv.org. Consider going there to sign up for ABC Club to support ABC. Please, let's keep our television alive. God bless you all. Thanks for tuning in, and good night.
Start a new career as a Linux system administrator with an average salary of $80,000 to $120,000 a year. Dynamic Tech Academy has transformed many lives for the better through our 6-month Linux program. We are so excited to announce that we are adding DevOps course and Red Hat certification at no charge, which will make students more competitive. Over 80% of our students have no prior IT background, yet vast majority of alumni land jobs in 3 to 6 months after they start applying. Our ultimate goal is to reach 100% student employment, so we work with every student until he or she gets a job. Upon successful completion of the course, we will provide resume building, interview preparation, and job placement assistance. With the Linux course, you get more than 300 hours of in-depth training, and you get to learn from experienced instructors. By the end of the program, our students can be Red Hat certified if they choose. Our alumni work in companies, both government and private companies in the USA, Canada, and even Europe. Want to learn more about the program? You can contact us at info@dynamicdmv.com, or you can call us at 240-604-9505, or you can call us at 240-423-7865. And you can also visit us at www.dynamictechdmv.com. If you are interested in online classes, please register on our website. That's once again www.dynamictechdmv.com.
Carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese. England is governed by Englishmen. America is governed by Americans. So Africa must be ruled by Africans. I wanna know who owns the land. We must rule from Cape to Cairo. We must rule our purpose land. I say, we want to know who owns the land. than ever. Now we are the crossroads. On the femo, Dambela. Bill Sarova than ever. On the femo, Dambela. Open Mumaya Baba. Open Mujasu Yaraka. Open Matizanya Vetonge. Dem na bogiso.